Hello, and welcome to the daily Resident Evil 7 news. Oh, yes, Resident Evil 7. Oh, Season 7? I'm real clever. Yes. Oh, yes. So, they announced this game yesterday at the Sony conference, Resident Evil 7. So I think we're pretty spot on with that podcast we did where we speculated that the 4 million game, that's Resident Evil 7, and the other game was probably DMC 5 or Dead Rising 4, and it ended up being Dead Rising 4.
Yeah.
And they're being clever with the title Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Like Biohazard is now part of the English title, and with the Japanese title they have Biohazard 7 right there, and Resident Evil is now part of the Japanese title. That's a little bit funny.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it's cute. I think the 7 thing is a little bit cute.
It sure beats a giraffe blowjob.
Well,
And it's coming to PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Ooh.
The release date is January 24th, I think it was.
It doesn't have a rating.
Yeah, those usually come later.
Huh.
Rating pending. So I'll just start cycling through pictures and just quickly go through what the game is. I'll also link to a trailer so people can see it in motion. But yeah, this is a first-person horror game, and I think the style is very much similar to stuff like PT, Amnesia, Outlast, maybe Alien Isolation, and this is a VR-centric game. It is not required, but you can play the entire game, start to finish, in VR if you want to. So it supports the PlayStation VR, and they haven't announced any VR support for the PC version, but I would assume it would support Oculus Rift or Vive or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we do know there's some element of combat in the game, like in the... Well, I should also mention that they actually released a playable demo to PSN at the same time they announced the game. And in that playable demo, you can find an axe which you can swing around, and there's also options for reticule and the aim assist. So it sounds like there will be guns in the game. And there's no enemy you can fight in the demo, but in the trailers there are small glimpses of some kind of monsters, which also looks like much faster than the player. The player itself moves very, very slowly in the game.
Also, the inventory system seemed pretty reminiscent of RE5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a grid, and you can map specific keys, specific items to the D-pad directions. And it also has an RE4 element that different items can take more than one slot in the inventory.
It's also got kind of the classic inventory thing where you can examine, like click on items and examine them or use them that way.
Yeah, like they'll appear in the middle of the screen, then you can rotate them, right?
Yeah.
So, some more information. The game is single player only, and this is a new engine they made specifically for this game. Well, like very specifically for VR, and they are looking at this as a new direction for the series, the same way RE4 mixed up everything with the gameplay. And they've also said that the playable characters in the game are all new characters because they felt the existing characters were just seen as too powerful, and they wanted new fragile characters to be playable. So it just helps with the horror.
Yeah.
And they have clarified that there are no supernatural elements in the game, which some people speculated after seeing the trailer. And the storyline does have ties to other RE games, although that is not apparent so far. And hold on to your pants, they have announced, based on complaints from previous titles, there are no cuties!
Oh my.
What?
Oh.
That's great.
And they've also said that the playable demo is actually not part of the final game. So it sounds like it is something specifically built, for the demo.
Yeah, didn't they also say that the character you play as in the demo, it's not going to be the character you play as in the actual game?
Yeah, I think they said that. And they had actually released a tech demo last year at E3, which was only shown behind closed doors. Like only the press got a chance to play it. And that kitchen tech demo ties into the playable demo. And shall I just say a big spoiler from that kitchen tech demo? I mean, I kind of don't see this being a spoiler for the final game more, because it ties to the thing that the character you play in the demo is not the character you play as in the final game. So I'll just spoil it, and he dies at the end of that kitchen tech demo.
I don't think that's a spoiler. I think that's fine.
an interesting thing that they said last year, October 2015, they actually had a report where they explained the Resident Evil team is working on a new engine, which is very VR centric. So I kind of feel like we kind of should have gotten the hints. Like Kitchen Tech demo made by Resident Evil team, they have a new VR engine they're developing. Like we kind of could have seen the hints that yes, this is what RE7 might become.
I did kind of say something about VR.
Yeah. I guess I should briefly talk about that. I might have disagreed quite a lot, and I was extremely wrong about that. But yeah, you were just spot on. Yeah, this is a VR game basically. So one thing I'm just really curious about, like, based on the Kitchen Tech demo being very recent and it being very recent, they were talking about making a new engine. I am really curious, when exactly did they start making this version of RE7, and if they had any other version of RE7 they ever scrapped. But then again, I don't think that something we'll ever know because Capcom likes to keep that stuff very, very secret.
I saw something that Milava tweeted a little bit ago that said the development of RE7 had started in 2014.
Oh, really?
I'll try to find that again really quick. But
that's interesting. Okay, so with all that information out of the way, I'm just gonna state my quick opinion, which is I'm out. I'm gonna go play Barbie games. I don't like the look of this game at all. It is not my cup of tea, and I dislike that it just doesn't look like RE at all.
Yeah, I played the demo on PS4 last night for about an hour and 20 minutes, and I think the biggest impression that it made on me was that I kind of wish it was announced as a different IP. It does not feel like Resident Evil to me.
I super agree with that. It actually kind of reminds me of stuff Capcom has done in the past with like DMC, with Lost Planet 3, with Bionic Commando, where they just do like really risky stuff. Where I just feel like, why didn't they just make this a new IP instead of just like it's just messing with this IP, which is such an iconic feel and look to it.
Yeah.
I think the way you described it as a soft reboot was a good way to kind of describe it.
Yeah, I think that's also a reason why they're doing this with a title, because at first glance it just says Resident Evil, but like then the 7 is like part of the logo. So I feel like that is a way to hint that it's a soft reboot. So, what do you guys think? RE7.
It doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game, but I kind of like it. I thought it looked cool. That's pretty much it.
I think it's interesting to see that they're doing something different. I mean, that's something that you'd want out of a game. You don't want it to be the same iteration over and over again.
Yeah.
So I hope it's successful in that way. And it is giving a lot of screaming fans what they've been asking for a long time.
Yeah, like RE fans for the last 60 years have cried for there to be more horror in the RE franchise. And well, I think they finally got it.
I think personally, I've never really been too interested in first-person horror like Outlast and Amnesia and that kind of stuff. So it's been hard for me so far to kind of get excited about it in that way, just as a game to get excited about. But if they're calling it Resident Evil, I mean, there's still a slim, tiny chance of hope that it'll have something that feels familiar.
I mean, you did find that picture of a helicopter with an umbrella logo on it. Totally Resident Evil, dude.
That's Brad. Brad's the reason for all of this.
I'm curious if people had the same discussion when RE4 came out, because it was very different.
Oh yes. I mean, and there's also been a part of the fan base which kind of hate RE4 for changing the series. But I would say even so, I think RE4 managed to keep a lot of iconic Resident Evil elements despite like really changing up the gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can look at this and this is like this nothing of this looks like Resident Evil.
And despite the changes that RE4 made, it was not a different universe. Like they very much kept some of the most lovable characters alive.
And
4 had Leon and Ada. Sorry.
And I was just gonna say, like, I just want to add to that. They also kept many specific mechanics, like a very similar inventory system, like puzzles, typewriters, herbs. It's just a lot of stuff. It just still made it feel Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So going off of that, maybe there's a chance that some of that stuff still exists in this game. I mean, again, we've only seen the demo, which is pretty short, and they say it's not the actual game. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of stuff we don't know about the game yet. But I just have a feeling like, I mean, I feel like when they release a demo, they would want it to like somewhat show off the game. So I kind of feel like the final game will be in the same vein. Like there will be combat and stuff we don't know about yet, but I kind of feel like it won't be just a completely different thing. So that just really bums me out, because this feels like a thing which is really centered on like jump scares, and I don't think it was a single like really puzzle in the entire demo or anything like that. There was just really basic item interactions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I just look at this and I just feel they looked at games like Amnesia and PT and said, we should make this as Resident Evil. And that is another thing which bums me out, because especially RE4, 5, and 6, you cannot find any other action game out there which plays like them. And now they just went and decided, yeah, let's just clone something which is out and like maybe change it up a little bit. Like there's a couple of neat things they do in the demo. For instance, you can play this videotape, and then you actually basically playing like the videotape is interactive, and then you're in the past, and you can do things which then affect the future. So then when you stop watching the videotape, a few things can be different. And that's kind of a neat idea, but still, overall, I have so little interest in this.
Did you mention that Capcom said there will be more videotapes in the full game?
No, I did not mention that. So I guess that'll be like a mechanic they go back to now and then in the full game. Did you find that tweet, Mute Level? Alchemy?
Yeah, I linked the article in chat. It's pretty short. This is additionally, the main game will star a different lead character than the man you play in the demo. Capcom also told the website that Resident Evil 7 has been in development since 2014.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that makes me really curious, because there was a reliable rumor back, I think it was late 2013, that they had a version of RE7 in development. So it would be super interesting to see what that early version was.
Also, speaking of dates, that we see it. I can't remember where was it in the press release or something that was mentioned that the game takes place in modern day rural America after the events of RE6, and we see in the videotape in the demo that it's June of 2017.
Yeah, that's right. That's something I wanted to mention, but I forgot about. Yeah.
So RE6 took place, I think, mid 2012 and early 2013. I think somewhere around there. So there's about a 4-year gap.
Yeah. Since RE4, they've always done the thing that each mainline RE game actually takes place at the same year the game is released. Well, roughly the same year.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to ask you, Archimede, did you notice when you were playing in that one scene with the girl with the knife that they had RE6 female zombie sounds?
Was that? I didn't recognize the sound.
Yeah.
It was kind of more reminiscent to Lisa Trevor to me than any zombie sounds.
Yeah.
It's the sound when an RE6 female zombie was attacking.
Another thing I forgot to mention quickly, they have announced the PC version will be released for both Steam and the Windows 10 store.
Thank everything.
Yeah, unlike Dead Rising 4, which will be Windows 10 store exclusive on the PC.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Can I read this?
Foreign, unidentified.
Capcom
Dog.
versus shitty
Baker.
game.
Let's talk about Zelda. No.
Resident
come
Evil
back
7 a hoax.
Sorry?
Resident Evil 7 turns out to be hoax.
April
Yeah,
Fools.
It's really hard to read. Ghost sighted in Bayou.
The duh? Duh.
That'd be a good
The
name
Duh
for a newspaper.
Daily.
The Duh Daily.
Now,
So-
Bayou makes me think of Louisiana.
I guess that would be considered rural America.
Yeah, I guess.
Have they actually ever used real locations in the series? Because they have Raccoon City, which is not a real location, and in RE6 they just renamed Hong Kong basically to something else. I can't remember what it was called.
I know RE4 took
Kijuju
place in
was real.
Spain.
Where did RE5 take place?
Kijuju,
Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, yeah, well, what do you think of this, Adam?
Well,
Oh no.
I think this game is shit. And will continue to be shit until it's released and long after. Because this game is not Resident Evil, it's Silent Hills / Outlast. So basically, save yourself some money, don't bother. Just don't bother.
Oh, speaking of money, they have already announced the DLC for the game.
What?
Oh dear God.
What?
Yeah, so if you want, you can pay $80 for a deluxe edition of the game, which will give you future DLC. Like one future DLC pack will give you, I think it was 3 short single player episode, and another DLC pack will give you 1 longer single player episode.
There'd just be
Huh.
3 videotapes.
How exciting.
And there are a lot of people speculating that there are like secret endings to the playable demo no one has found yet.
I believe there is, because I did see a screenshot of the little girl that's at the end of the demo, standing on the steps, going up the stairs.
Yeah, I think I heard.
Yeah, I think I heard people say that like that's like a ghost you can see a glimpse of now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there were a couple of doors that I couldn't open.
I
I
remember
couldn't
seeing
figure out a way to open.
And it is weird that you can go through a lot of trouble, like get the axe, but there's no actual use for the axe.
maybe
Also, I
that's,
found the dummy finger. I was not able to do anything with the finger.
Yeah.
I wonder if the hatchet was just to show in the demo that there is weapons.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Although I mean, they did hide that pretty well in order to show off a feature. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
True.
Mm.
I did break some boxes with it. That was pretty fun.
I like
Ooh,
the
boxes.
noises whenever you hit certain things that make a different sound.
Yeah, that was satisfying. Although I
And-
couldn't play the piano, and that was sad.
Oh yeah, that was very sad.
Why didn't you just pry it up with the hatchet?
He was too spooked.
Too spooky, man.
Apparently.
And I just want to take a moment to mourn the loss of Mercenaries mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
that's the biggest disappointment to me.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest disappointment for me as well, because it was by far the thing I spent the most time on in RE5 and 6, and I mean, it's kind of obvious there will be no Mercenaries mode in this game. It just wouldn't work.
I would love to be wrong, but yeah, it just does not feel like this game is designed
Don't-
to
Don't
include
make
mercenaries.
A new mode where you have to survive for a long period of time or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some kind of bonus mode, but it'll probably be something brand new.
I mean, even if there was a first-person Mercenaries, new.
Yeah,
That just
I
wouldn't work.
I like the style of Mercenaries you had in RE5 and 6 with the melee combat.
Yeah.
I thought that worked really well.
Although they
The
have
silver
new-
lining I'm choosing to focus on about that is that hopefully they'll use this opportunity to make a standalone mercenaries game for console and PC.
Yeah.
I would still love
I would
that,
hope
yeah.
so. Yeah.
That would be a good chance for them to easily bolster their budget.
Mercs 3D
People
People will
combined
be
with,
wanting that.
Mercenaries United.
Yeah, that would be cool. I agree.
Any other things you guys want to say about RE7?
They seem to make it like a pretty big focus in the demo on saying stuff like "welcome home" and "welcome to the family." And I don't know what they're trying to
Yeah.
say with that.
Wesker family?
He has been reborn.
Speaking
dear.
of which, DC Douglas actually tweeted tweeted a link to a trailer of this game with the text "sigh."
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, and then he
He's
also made
disappointed.
a tweet where he said that, oh yeah, Wesker is basically dead. Oh well.
Oh,
No,
That
he's
is
not dead.
really-
I refuse.
You
And-
can play Umbrella Corp and he's alive.
And then auto correction messed it up, and it actually said "weaker is dead."
Oh wow.
But
before I forget,
Hmm?
I just wanted to mention really quick that whole mention of the family thing that reminded me of the stuff in RE6 that Simmons had said, like, and Carla about we're about to find out who's really controlling this country or something like that, and he talked about the family that had left him behind or something.
Yeah, I think I see it as another way because I'm pretty sure the bad guy you see in the demo is the same person as this guy, and he just seems to be the owner of the house, and like
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
whenever he catches you, he says, "Welcome back to the family, son."
Do you think that woman is her then?
I have no idea.
The one with the knife?
No idea.
Mm.
And I think another thing to consider is that maybe this girl is Natalia. Although wait, no,
Yeah.
no. No. This takes place 2017. I think I remember seeing someone saying that Natalia would be 16 years old in this. This does not look like a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's not aging since Alex Wesker put herself into Natalia or whatever the fuck happened in that game.
Yeah, baby.
Not only that, wasn't she living with Barry?
Yeah.
Remember the ending of that though?
Yeah.
There is
True.
something sinister happening with Natalia.
Yeah.
But
regardless.
that would imply potentially she could have killed Barry, and well, that would no.
We don't need more reason to be sad.
Exactly. Exactly.
It could be that Alex Wesker being in Natalia's body caused her body to die, but she continues to live mentally or psychologically.
I really dislike the ending of Revelations 2. I would be sad if they brought back Natalia and Alex Wesker like that.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't think I care too much what they do with the story in this game.
I think, I'm really skeptical about how the hell they're going to connect this to anything that's happened in Resident Evil in the past.
Yeah.
That's what I'm mostly skeptical about.
They said it will get revealed in the full game, but I don't know.
And the full game isn't too far away. It is released in January.
Yep, January 24th.
Yeah.
So how many of us will be getting the game?
I'll get it.
I'm still skeptical, but I'll probably end up getting it.
I'm not planning on getting it, but it depends on what else is revealed about the game.
That's true.
They've got a long way to go to convince me to even remotely consider buying it.
And it is weird of me to say as a huge Resident Evil fan, but yeah, I think I'm very easily gonna skip this one because right now there's just nothing in this which appeals to me.
Is it because of the legitimate horror? I say legitimate in quotes.
I mean, it's just kind of everything. Like I want Resident Evil in this game. I want fun gameplay. And also as I said, I am just not fan of like real like horror games which focuses on the horror. Like I've always seen the RE games as just really fun games. It just happens to be labeled as horror, but they're just bad at horror.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now there's just nothing in this which appeals to me, and that's just how it is.
And the hundreds, and for RE5, a couple thousand of hours that I put into the games. It was Mercenaries, and some of them. It's just it feels like this game is going to lack all of the things that made me want to revisit and keep playing the previous games.
Yeah, I think previous games were super replayable, mostly thanks to Mercenaries mode.
Yeah, I played I enjoyed Until Dawn and Alien Isolation. Those I think are the two most recent horror-ish kind of games that I played, but I didn't replay them. Like I played them for maybe 12 to 20 hours, and then I was done with them.
I think that's also a problem I had with Revelations 2. Like I had fun enough playing it through the first time, but right now I can just never see myself going back to it. So I think that's something RE4, 5, and 6 did well. Like they made sure that the core gameplay was just really, really fun, and that made it so that like the campaigns were fun to repeat simply because of that. They also had the Mercenaries mode, which is like super fun to keep playing. So yeah, like that is what I want from an RE game.
Yeah.
But they have a chance to do something different, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, at least they have the balls to do this. Like, I think it is absolutely crazy. Like, this is their biggest franchise, and they're willing to like change everything and also make it VR centric. It is a crazy move.
Oh yeah.
But there was that other whole E3 thing. I think other things happened there, right? Maybe.
Zelda.
I kind of didn't watch any of the Zelda stuff. Any, but you guys can babble about Zelda was.
He takes his clothes off.
Oh,
What?
It's okay. I don't expect you to understand Zelda because you played that one game that you actually modded. That didn't count.
The Legend of Barry.
Yes, you didn't finish. Or who was playing that?
it was Adam who started playing it.
It was Adam. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I keep thinking that Sextus played it, but no.
I
Okay,
only
so
mod
he didn't
games. I
actually
don't
play a
play
Zelda game. He
games.
just modded it. Then Adam played it.
So I heard there's talking in the game. There's shirtless Link. Any other features?
There's the one chick talking. Yeah, shirtless Link. and
I
he
just
can
want to point
swim.
out, our committee has been slowly enlarging his crotch face.
Slowly enlarging my crotch face.
I don't know what to call it. It's on your crotch.
Oh boy.
I
Although I
have a
did,
talk with you, Snips.
although I did hear that apparently they are considering a Skyward Sword HD remaster.
Ooh.
Yeah, they said it's
Already?
quite possible. Yep.
That's what
So,
I felt about Skyrim. You know, Skyrim remaster. Like, oh, what about Morrowind? What about Oblivion?
What about
Yeah.
Daggerfall? What about Arena?
Yeah. What about
Oh yeah, totally.
It's definitely starting to feel like game companies are just like taking the opportunity to re-release very recent successful games over and over and over again to get as much out of it as they can.
Yeah.
Like, that's been the fad lately.
Yeah.
You know what someone needs to make? There's two things. A, Diddy Kong Racing HD, and B,
yes.
Jet Set Radio Future HD. That's what
Yeah.
we need.
I think our committee died.
Oh.
can see you enlarging it, our committee.
You see nothing.
There was an announcement of Tekken 7 coming to PC. I think that's kind of neat. I hope that's a hint that the next Soul Calibur will also be for PC. Yes. Yes. And I'm trying to think of other things which came out of E3, but after R7 announcement, I just started thinking of that all the time and just forgot about everything else.
I'm really interested in that game made by I can't remember what games they're called, but the one with the choices and your Android and stuff. I can't remember Heavy Rain and stuff. They're made by those people.
That's that Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That game.
That looks super interesting.
I think I know which one that is.
Like so many choices you can make just to change the outcome.
I think it was funny seeing Dad of War, which is a God of War game with Kratos just being this dad teaching a kid how to hunt animals, and it just looked completely weird.
You don't think you're going to end up playing as the kid instead, do you?
I don't know what to think of that game, and they Sony showed off a few billion different VR games, which just about all of them were like one mission long stuff, like Star Wars Battlefront VR mission, a ton of other stuff, which just looks like very small experiences. Except for RE7, that seems to be one of the few really, really huge VR titles. Any other stuff you guys can remember from E3 which grab your attention? Oh yeah, I should mention, there is actually a new DMC game announced.
Oh yeah.
DMC, I think it was Phantom Souls? I can't remember. There's a trailer out, and it's an iOS game, so who cares?
Oh.
Yeah. And anything else?
Not that I can think of, actually.
I don't remember, sir.
Well, maybe that's maybe that's a good spot to end before we're consumed by this beast. But yeah, RE7 is a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Oh.
Bye. Recording test. Hello.
Hi!
Hi.
Help us!
Recording test. Recording test. Hello.
Hello.
Recording test.
Oh, yeah.
Did it stop?